going to talk about something really weird. I like talking about weird stuff, and I don't shy to talk about things that might be controversial. So I want to talk to you about, can lunar cycles help determine the price movement of Bitcoin and cryptos? I know most of you are going to say, okay, Maddie lost her mind. But I don't think so. So I'm going to talk about this right now. So let's talk about it. Will the moon determine if we will moon Bitcoin? So I just found out today that some people are using how you say trading moon phases to trade. And that supposedly this actually is an amazing way to actually get more money for your trades. And I said, well, let's just, look at a little information about it. And I found this. So when it comes to trading the market, there are many different indicators that traders use to perform technical analysis. You have indicators such as the NUPL, net unrealized profit losses, when you see how long people are actually holding their Bitcoin, Fibonacci retracement, relative strength, moving average, and many more. So again, there's so many indicators, but if you can see, I'm in TradingView, and this is true. There's an indicator for moon phases, so that you know that I'm not lying here, because there's a little bit, it's shocking to me, but it's there. It's a lot of it, a lot of information on that here in TradingView. Okay, so basically most traders will not say this. They will not talk about this lunar cycles and this astrological stuff for them to trade, because a lot of people are not going to believe it. So there are traders that have found patterns in the cycles of the moon that correlate with the price movement of Bitcoin, even though it sounds outlandish. Let's see it. Let's look at these pictures and see if this is connected to it or not. And again, this is not to be taken as financial advice. Trading indicators can be highly speculative. And this article, this video and this article is purely for entertainment alone. Okay. So I don't know why it's doing that. So supposedly, according to research, a lunar cycle strategy is based on buying on the new moon and selling on the next full moon. Okay. It says here that the lunar buy-sell strategy is best based on buying on the new moon and selling on the next full moon, usually in 14 to 15 days. We quote here an excerpt from the Bank of Scotland report. If an investor had invested £1,000 in FTSE in 1984, by now he would have approximately profited of 5,130 by holding the index. This is for hodling, which represents index performance. Whereas trading FTSE according to the moon phases will make a big difference. First, consider buying FTSE on the new moon and selling on the full moon. This will result in the pound sterling 116 overall figure for the same period. It means more than double the profits. Okay. It is noteworthy that this strategy will have been ever more profitable for the DAX and the HSI. So there are plenty of debates that have taken place around whether this method of trading is actually effective or not. However, depending on the stock index, the difference in return during the new moon phase is as high as 10% on average. So this dude, RK, says if you look at SPY, you see that trading on lunar cycles could actually benefit your trading to signal reversal points and times of potential volatility. There are research papers and studies done on this. There's even TradingView indicators, and I just show you that. So basically, you see that new moons. Let me see, actually, I wrote it here because it's kind of like different. Red, new moon, full moon, buy. Yeah, red, new moon. So you buy on the new moons and you sell on the full moons. Right now, why I decided to talk about this? Because on the 30th, we have a full moon coming. That means that if this is true, everything will pump. Bitcoin will pump. Okay. So you can do your research and check these charts. Lunar cycles are traditional trading. There have been decades of studies conducted to prove that lunar cycles play a significant role in the price movement of the traditional stock market. The results have been quite interesting. This doesn't apply only to crypto, it applies to the stock market. A Market Watch article details some of the findings that came from a study conducted by researchers Ilya Dichev and Troy James. One is from Emory University, the other one is from Purdue. They measure the lunar effect in the stock market of 25 different countries, including the United States. Sorry, guys. The research analyzed the Dow Jones Industry Average, DJI 90.98 back to 1890, from 1896 to the S&P 500 back to 1928, among other indices. The analyzed difference between new moon and full moon returns is on the magnitude of the 5 to 8%. They write, although the daily variation can be huge, the lunar indicator was even stronger outside the United States, on the order of 7 to 10% analyzed. And I wonder why that is. Why is it that the lunar indicators were stronger outside the United States? I would like to do more research on this. The same articles share the results found by other researchers as well. Cathy Juan, Lu Zhen, and Qiao Shu, all formerly of the University of Michigan, analyzed the stock market of 48 countries. They constructed an equal weighted portfolio, an evaluated portfolio, and the return for the new moon period of the full moon period was 3 to 5% analyzed. The research declares that the lunar effect is independent of the January effect, the day of the week effect, the calendar month effect, and the holiday effect. An S&P chart from the years 1950 to 2009 shows that stocks historically perform better during a lunar green period, which is 3 days after a full moon, than a lunar red period, which is 3 days after a new moon. This data was gathered by tracking the lunar phases, okay? So you see the green periods. The green periods are the 2 days after the full moon, in the red periods, and you see a big difference. The red looks like almost flat. Another interesting point to make note of it is there are other moon cycles that exist outside of lunar phases. However, they can be seen as inferior methods of tracking price movements compared to the lunar phases method. So there's apogee perigee cycle, lunar nodes and eclipse, moon latitude cycle, moon declination cycle. I don't know if I can make this bigger. Can I? Well, this is intriguing for traditional markets. The question that we're here to answer is, does this have the same effect when it comes to Bitcoin? And why focus on Bitcoin if you're not in the crypto space? Because Bitcoin moves all the market. When Bitcoin goes up, almost all the coins, all coins follow. When Bitcoin goes down, usually everything goes down. So believe it or not, it seems that lunar patterns are fairly accurate when it comes to Bitcoin. In fact, some of these patterns have successfully outperformed regular trading patterns. Paul X says, lunar cycle traders are outperforming everybody. Red equals new moon equals sell. Purple equals full moon equals buy. This ain't funny. This is funny. Sorry. Will Clementi, one of the best young technical analysts in the industry, has also found lunar cycles to be interesting. The price movements in the chart seem to coincide perfectly with the lunar cycles. He says, here's some little astrology for you. Full moon tomorrow. Interesting. Not saying this isn't a coincidence. I just like finding patterns. Okay, maybe one time will be a coincidence. 5 times, 10 times will be a coincidence. 1,000 times will be a coincidence. But after you see so many times that this keeps hitting this pattern, that it cannot be a coincidence. What is a coincidence for you? How many times? So you can find even more evidence of Bitcoin and lunar cycle correlation within TradingView. BTC USD chart, Bitcoin and lunar cycles for MTGOX. For the esoteric among us, I thought I plot the lunar cycles against Bitcoin to see if any cycles were visible. From the looks of the chart, it does indeed look like BTC follows the lunar cycle and that we are now, as of tomorrow, expected a volume increase, about to enter a new cycle. We will see, because again, when is the next full moon? When is the next full moon?
Here's information from Farmer's Almanac.
So actually, we just had a pink moon on April 16. Okay. When is the next new moon?
Here's information from space.com.
Okay, I'm trying to find it. April 23rd at 7:35 was a warning crescent. So the next new moon is April 30th, okay? April 30th, there are 2 new moons in 1 month. Okay. Now, lunar cycles aren't just limited to Bitcoin. They can be effective in tracking other altcoins as well. Marin shows how they can be used to track L1s. These L1s trade the FKN, same output, look pretty heavy. Def BTC time for now, looking for some good entries on Sol and FTM in particular to enjoy it once the moon phase. Well, again, because Bitcoin, other altcoins follow Bitcoin if it goes up or down. In conclusion, lunar cycles are certainly an interesting way to determine price movement. Are these indicators more reliable than any other traditional methods? I'm not sure. I don't know. I've never been much of a technical analyst or trader. I prefer to use fundamental analysis, invest in great projects for the long term. However, I do think that one could make a case that lunar cycles can be somewhat useful according to the historical data. With that being said, indicators work until they don't anymore. If you're one of the talented traders out there that have figured out how to make lunar cycle work for you, congratulations. I'll continue to admire your work from the side. I don't know. I'm going to be checking more on this personally. And if you notice, there's a lot of moon phase analytics in TradingView. So they're actually predicting that Bitcoin is going to be $73,000 by summer. We will see. What proves anything is the results of that proof. And on the 30th, I'm just going to go on the 29th of April. I'm going to go and leverage a lot of coins long going up. Of course, I'm going to use some TA, some technical analysis to check if the market, if I'm thinking the market is going to go up in other macro and micro economical things, but that I always do, including derivatives and anyway. I'm not going to be following this alone, but if this actually goes up, it's going to be interesting. And I'm going to start checking patterns now and checking the new moons and the full moons and seeing if I see a difference. Because for this time, I haven't seen any patterns besides that Bitcoin is crazy. So BTC new moon in Aries, moon super cycle, and it tells you go long. AMC moon phase analysis market, moon lord, go long. Right now, I was going to go long anyway in the next couple of days, even before I found out about this information. Why? Because as I've been noticing, let me go back here. Where is it? Bitcoin is it's one of the places that I use. That's not what I wanted to do. It's one of the websites that I use. Long and short positions. So there are 42,699 Bitcoin for long positions. 1 million points. So there's more people longing right now than shorting. So I know that because I look at different analytics to see what people are doing. And so I am not saying that I follow this when people, whatever others are doing. But since I use bots anyway, I pick the dips and I pick the highs. And this is a reason why I prefer, this is like so slow. I prefer, you can check this, viewbase.com, and also more people, well, right now here, some people are shorting more and than longing in BTC USDT. And this goes with a bunch of other coins. So you go and find your coin. Right now, I'm an XRP person. So right now, more people are longing than shorting, and XRP USD, XRP BTC. So you decide. You decide. Don't be skeptical because you don't understand something. I might not agree with certain things that I read, but if I see there's a way, there's a result, that will speak to me more than whatever, anything else. I don't know. If you're like me, comment on the down below if you're if this was a fascinating subject and you would like me to do more on this trading view moon phase analytics. So I see you later. This is Mari Cruz, bringing the gap between the rich and the poor, coming for the great state of Texas. So today is April 25th, 2022. What are you going to do with the information?